Roman part 2. Keep this quick, get you guys on your way, fill out your worksheets, get them into me. Theater space, outdoors, daytime only. Yes, to reiterate, it was outdoors. It was during the daytime because they used the sun to illuminate the theater. It was freestanding. It was an independent structure. Like the Greeks had it built into the side of a mountain. This one was standalone, all by itself. I want to get back to the point about Roman theater and also the variety of entertainment that the Romans had. They had everything you could possibly imagine. It was free. You can see, one day you can go see a guy wrestle a bear. 9 times out of 10, you know how that's going to end. The bear's going to win, right? Or they're going to send up a lion and the guy wrestles or fights the lion, tries to fight the lion, and 9 times out of 10, the lion's going to win. And you've got all these different entertainments, and they would equate it to, I don't know about you guys, but I've got cable television. I've got like 1,000 channels, and there's no possible way that I can watch all of those channels. But the Romans had all these different entertainments, and they equated to cable television, because if we don't like what we see here, we just go and we do something else. And that's basically what the Romans did. You know, you can only see somebody get mauled by a bear or a tiger or a lion so many times, and then you're like, hey, you want to go see a guy go get mauled by a bear? Nah, man, I saw that yesterday. You know, you can't do that anymore. All right, let's go see a play or something like that. So sometimes what you want to see changes. And they had a nice variety, but they do equate it to cable television. I just wanted to make that point. The skine franz. The Romans stole the Greek idea for how their stage was set up. And the Greeks had the skine head across the back. Well, the Romans stole that, and it was the facade against the back wall. And it's also, they had the 3 doors, 1, 2, and 3, for their characters to enter and exit. And then they had exits on the side as well. And the skine franz, they had 2 levels to it. The Greeks had 1. Romans added a level and 3 balconies across the top as well. And usually your Greek comedies would be a street scene that took place in a street, because the stage structure itself kind of looked like 3 different dwellings, to where people just walk by and then they change the numbers, and you know, to make it look like a change in location. The orchestra, Romans stole the Greek orchestra, but they cut it in half, so they just kept half the circle out in front, and they didn't use that so much for the acting area. It was on a platform on top of that. So the non-acting area in front. That's what the Roman orchestra was. It had nothing to do with music. They had an altar, and that's where they do the sacrifices to the gods as well. They had the vomitoria. It's not a place where people went to go throw up. It's not. Maybe it was in a different context, but in the theater context, the vomitoria are the exits. It's where people would leave, they'd spew out of the theater and into the streets. Very quick for people to get out of there. It was similar to the Greek paradoi, and it was roofed, and people could exit, and the actors can enter and exit stage and go backstage as well. I had stage curtains. The aulium. Aulium was the front curtain. The saparium was the back curtain. It's that easy. And they would drop them. Sometimes they'd act in front of the curtains. Sometimes they'd act behind them. You know, stuff like that. So the aulium was the front curtain. Saparium is the back curtain. Stage machinery. The periactoi. Love periactoi. Great term. Great theater word. Periactoi. Periactoi is a 3-sided piece of stage machinery. And on each, how can I do this? Let me see if I got a piece of paper. I'll use my notes. Okay. A 3-sided piece of stage machinery. It was about 4 feet high, 4 feet wide, 8 feet high. So it was big. It was pretty massive, and they would spin on an axis. There you go. So you draw one thing on here, like a forest. If the scene was supposed to take place in a forest. Don't knock my trees. There you go. So on the front you have the trees. And you have your triangle here, and you have your trees there, and the next scene takes place at the beach. And then the third scene takes place in a castle. All right, bear with me. You get the idea, okay? So they had a rod that went all the way through the top, and they spun around. So the first one takes place in a forest. They have the trees there. Then they'd spin it. And the second one took place at the beach or in the ocean. And then they'd spin it again, and it would take place in the castle. Okay? I wasn't an art major. So there you go. That's periactor, a three-sided piece of stage machinery with different scenes painted on each side for quick scene changes. And I think, is that all we've got? No, what else? The Romans were concerned about the comfort of their audience, and what they did is they ran pipes underneath the seats. So they would pour water, they have slaves pour water into the pipes, and the water would run underneath the seats to cool off the audience to keep them comfortable. Just a little bit of trivia there for you. All right, once again, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call, shoot me an email, and I'll be happy to answer any questions for you. Thanks a lot.